What's going on, everyone? My name is Nicholas Merton here at Data Dash, and today is August 16th of 2021. Well, folks, I hope you all are having a fantastic day wherever you are. And in today's video, we're going to be diving into a topic I like to call the protocol wars, an emerging wave of layer 1 blockchain networks that are not only aiming to steal the show from Ethereum, but stay ahead of the competition that are aiming to do the exact same thing in the sense of providing an ecosystem for scalable smart contract deployment, and therefore provide the ecosystem for the creation of DeFi applications as well as NFTs and a variety of other value propositions. So let's go ahead. We're going to dive into this conversation, guys. And I want to start by just talking about the fact that we focused on this topic as far back as 2018. This idea that as we were entering into the first bear market, that in the next cycle that we're living through right now, we would see an emerging wave of layer 1 protocols as optimism returned back to the cryptocurrency space, where there's an opportunity for someone to potentially outpace Ethereum. Now, you guys know, above all, I'm a big proponent of Ethereum. It by far leads the cryptocurrency space in regards to DeFi adoption as well as NFT adoption. Any value proposition that spawned out of the idea of sound money, in this case, has come through Ethereum first and foremost. There is no arguing about it, guys. It leads the DeFi space, right? That being said, we have to invest and think towards the future. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these plays like Cardano, Polkadot, and Solana that a lot of you have been maybe possibly starting to hear about. Now, first off, just taking a look at Cardano here, Cardano has made a major leap and bound over the past week, going from around $1.40 per token all the way up here to $2.17. This is again back from when we talked about it in July here, where it was coming down to a key support range, the key mid-range here, where it started to spawn out here before it rallied back up to 240. We've now recovered most of those losses from that weekly sell candle, and we started to climb back up, pressing possibly towards higher levels. But it's not just in the US dollar chart here. We can see it in the Bitcoin and Ethereum ratios here. Take a look here at the 88 BTC chart, a massive multi-year cup and handle. Again, taking into consideration back, we were talking about the protocol wars back here around 2000. Cardano is one of those major players that could have possibly risen up alongside EOS and NEO, some of the ones that have kind of lagged a little bit behind here as of recent. We can see here the ADA is starting to come back up. It's starting to kick back up some big momentum, right? Just in the past week, again, making a 41% move against Bitcoin and revisiting back near those previous relative highs back in May of 2021. Let's take a look here at ADA to Ethereum, right? ADA BTC divided by ETH BTC, right? We're getting a nice ratio here of how ADA has performed, or Cardano has performed against Ethereum. Now, after faltering through what should have been support 2 times here against Ethereum, which was previous resistance, as much as I was very concerned here about the fact that we were declining both times below this line here, we've obviously had 2 sharp recoveries where buyers have come back to press it up against this previous line of resistance. So I have to say here that the major thing that I'm picking up here from this chart is that it really at this point doesn't matter that ADA is going below this line. Anytime it does, it tends to be a discount point where buyers want to come in. That being realized as well, we have not been seeing a consistent trend higher to where I think, and again, even though I think what would have been most important is that we hold on this point of support and make this previous resistance new support, that we give the room for this to really move higher. I think the real practical nature that we can expect here for Ethereum and Cardano, as we're expecting Ethereum to make massive moves higher against Bitcoin, is for ADA to revisit these previous highs back in December 2017 and possibly, from where we are right now, make a 3x move to 0.0018 on the chart. Basically, from where we are right now, a 3x move here in price, or at least in the ratio here against Ethereum. Let's take a look here at ADA dominance, right? ADA dominance really looking nice here. Higher lows, higher highs, pressing up here within 1 week, recouping practically a couple months worth of downward moves since back in May, now leapfrogging up and looking like we're about to test new all-time highs for Cardano's dominance in the market, going past those previous January 2018 highs. This is really exciting stuff, guys. And again, gives the room here where we can start to see ADA revisit those highs and break towards higher levels of market share. Again, we don't know exactly to what extent it's going to claim, and I don't want to sit here and act like I'm going to know exactly where it's going to go, but I'm not going to fight the trend. The trend looks good here. So again, I would not be bearish on ADA at this point. I think it's going to continue pressing higher. How high it's going to go, we'll again have to focus on the more broader sense of things. Now, I want to talk about fundamentals here because there are some key fundamental developments going on in the Cardano ecosystem, and that is Alonzo, which is a part of the Gallian update for Ethereum. And this is going to be the important dates you need to watch, guys. Now, to be completely candid, and I think Cardano fans know it more than me, to be fair, it's happened on Ethereum and other networks. As technology being developed takes time, it usually takes a little bit longer than we expect. And Cardano's gone through a couple different delays with this major final step within the Gallian update for the Cardano network that is going to deploy smart contracts, or give the ability for people to deploy smart contracts on the Cardano blockchain, and therefore create a variety of applications on Cardano. But as of September 1st, we should not only be expecting the Cardano testnet for Gaugen to actually implement smart contract deployment for testing, but a mere 2 weeks later, less than 2 weeks here, on Monday, September 12th, we should be expecting that this goes on to mainnet. And that is going to be a very important stepping stone for the Cardano network to actually realize a lot of the value proposition on Cardano. And this is, I think, a big reason why we saw the big shoot up in price here as the anticipation is building for Cardano to have smart contracts. It has been almost a meme at this point. There's been talk for over almost a year now of smart contracts are coming, smart contracts are coming. But when they finally can come, I'm very interested, and I'm not going to doubt that there's probably going to be a lot of interesting applications and momentum on Cardano with how loyal the fan base and the ecosystem really is. So let's go ahead and focus on some of the other plays here. Cardano is not the only one here. We've also got Solana over the past 2 days popping up here against Bitcoin. And if we really step back here to the kind of bottom of the correction here in July of 2021, we've nearly doubled here in Solana's price. A massive move here over the past couple of weeks. Now, Solana is not only outpacing against Bitcoin. We can also take a look at Solana against Ethereum, right? Take a look at the chart here. Solana, Ethereum, boom, pop up here. Nice wedge building in higher lows, lower highs, popping out of it, and now looking like it's going to charter towards new all-time highs against both Bitcoin and Ethereum. But we can again also take a look at market dominance here. Solana coming from a fraction of a percentage of the market, now racing possibly towards clearing out a 1% market share of cryptocurrencies, setting new all-time highs for dominance here. And this again signals here, and you guys can find this yourselves. You can look up the token symbol, SOL in this case, period D, for actually collecting the dominance in the market. This showcases again how much of market share this cryptocurrency owns. So Solana, again, is another emerging layer 1 protocol with high throughput scalability. It's very tied towards Sam Bankman-Fried, who's the founder of FTX. So you've got a lot of major exciting plays here from major figures in the space. Charles Hoskinson with Cardano, Sam with FTX, and in this case Solana. Again, this is going to be one that you guys will want to watch here. Now, there's a lot of different ecosystem development here. There's a ton of major projects raising in the Solana ecosystem, people making big bets here with millions of dollars of investments, such as Mango Markets. This is, again, a potential DEX or Uniswap competitor for the Solana network, raising $70 million. You have other types of NFT projects. Again, NFT is not really being my strong suit, but I will say that it is really exciting to see NFTs kind of finding their market share, even though it's still a bit new to me and I think still a bit speculative. Again, taking over on other layer ones where it's a lot cheaper to deploy NFTs than the expensive NFTs that are being deployed on the Ethereum network. And again, other types of wallets in the Solana space, again, raising more and more capital. When you see this kind of capital allocation towards the cryptocurrency space, and specifically in the specified sectors, you want to pay attention when you see these kind of capital flows coming in. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the last one we're going to take a look at today, which is Polkadot. Now this one has been more of the underwhelming in the sense of performance. And overall, if you guys don't know, Polkadot is focused on this idea of parachains, basically creating separate ecosystems within the Polkadot ecosystem. But again, overall, Polkadot has been holding up well against Bitcoin since back here in August 2020, or back here during the beginning of the altcoin cycle, practical double against Bitcoin, but still has really not been able to recover back to the previous highs back here in May, right? It was practically double the price against Bitcoin where it is now. But the momentum is looking good. If we take a look here, we've got higher lows, generally higher highs in the longer term trend. If it can continue that, that's going to be nice. We can see your dominance representing that as well. We used to hold around 2.25% of market share. Now down here around 120, it might be a good discount opportunity coming down on this line of support back here in July and now starting to press higher towards 1.2. Take a look against DOT against Ethereum, Polkadot, right? Coming down here at this discount range. Last time we were around this price range back in January against Ethereum. Boom, major rally against Ethereum. I think if I'm reading it correctly, more than a 3x against Ethereum here. Yeah, around a 255% move, or we could raise it even a little higher, 260%. Some major moves there, again, some major potential. You guys got always ignore the red candles here. It's a really big issue with some exchanges like Binance and Kraken. And last but not least, I want to spend some time to dive into a really interesting way you can start to measure the other layer 1 competitors starting to take over the market. And it has to do with measuring a combination of dominance in the market for all these different plays or creating a custom index. And what I have right here, and you guys could approach this however you want, you could add other layer 1 protocols you think that fit in this umbrella, like, for example, like EOS or NEO or other players out there. But these are really the 3 leading plays right now, if we're being completely candid, the ones that are really showcasing market performance. I've created a custom index here where I added the dominance of Cardano, the dominance of Solana, and the dominance of Polkadot. And you just simply add ADA.D, SOL.D, .D, that's funny. And you add these together and you're able to get a really nice read of how much market share these 3 plays own in the market. So right now they own about 5.5%. Earlier this year, they only owned, just back a couple months ago, bear in mind, only owned around 1.5% dominance of the market. These 3 projects here. It's pretty fascinating stuff. Now, again, you guys can also add other chains as well. You could add, BNB, for example, right? BNB.D. That'll give you a higher metric here. Right, give you about 9%. But it generally shows you the same trend. You'll find this no matter what combination you add in or that you utilize, you will see a simultaneous trend here where now we are starting to pick up big momentum and possibly get past the previous relative highs or all-time highs for these plays for market dominance. It showcases here that the trend is strong, that layer 1s are starting to take hold of the market, they're starting to gain traction, and as much as Ethereum is killing it, not only against Bitcoin, but the broader crypto space, there are some other layer 1 protocols that might come in to steal some of the show and possibly compete with Ethereum long-term for that number 1 position for smart contracts, for NFTs, for DeFi, you name it. And I want to go ahead and just take a step back here, guys, because on the broader sense of things, we're now back at a $2 trillion market cap for cryptocurrencies. Now, I know that sounds like a lot. I know that might sound a bit scary for some. And I want to, again, point in the idea that we're really early in this. $2 trillion, though it sounds like a lot, is really nothing in the grand scheme of things. You take traditional equity markets, you're talking about $120 trillion. Gold and silver, let's talk about a smaller market, $12 trillion. 13, 14 possibly, depending on the market price. I gotta tell you guys, there is a lot of exciting potential with these cryptocurrency protocols. And not only that, there is going to be a lot of exciting layer 1 competitors that come up against Ethereum. And to be fair, we have to keep a focus on these plays as they actually do launch these protocols to see if they can get real traction. Because the thing that's going to really carry these forward long term is if they can build an ecosystem like Ethereum has. If they can build something of the same size, if not greater, is the ultimate question. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. I've rambled on enough. If you guys like this video, please consider dropping a like, sharing it with a family or friend member that you think might be interested in the cryptocurrency space or interested in this content. It always means a lot. It's the best way you guys can support the channel. That being said, hope you guys are having a fantastic day wherever you are, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.